My name is Reg Knox, and I come from Termala, or Boggabilla. I was on a mission, and I didn't like that mission part of it. So the mission was Termala Boggabilla Aboriginal mission. I had a lot of kids there, just 200 or 300 kids my age. We had a big family, and there was 8 and 9 of us. I didn't know my father much. He died in the war, so I didn't know him very much. My mother raised me, yeah.
Dad was under the Act, like so many of his generation. His wages were taken by the protector or the manager of the mission, like so many of them. His education was limited to grade 4.
Being under the Act, you were dictated to by the manager of the mission and his wife. Whatever you did, you always pulled up at each place going to work or coming home from work. If you went away for a week, you come back and pull up at that house, got off there and went home.
I know that as a young boy, he spent a lot of time with the older people, the elders, and the way they were sort of rounded up and put on the mission, they came from various areas. The languages would have been a mixture of both, or all three.
My granny used to look after me, and she used to talk to me in the lingo and tell me what to say in the lingo and all that sort of thing, you know. Even though she spoke English just a little bit, but all the time with me, she spoke in the lingo.
Lingo wasn't really tolerated at the time, but I think it must have been hard for the powers that be in the authorities to sort of stop the older ones. So that's how Dad come to know lingo.
Oh, I liked art when I went to school, and most of the Aboriginal kids did art from home, sort of thing, you know. They learned it at home, learned from their parents or elders. So that's how I come to be an artist.
My father, for many years, when I was a kid growing up, he did a traineeship and went to art school. I sort of never understood why, because to me and to others, his artwork was outstandingly beautiful, but clearly he was his own worst critic, and he obviously wanted to really perfect his style and really get it down right, which by the time he sort of finished painting, indeed he had accomplished. He had really perfected the style. I wasn't particularly bonded to Dad at this stage. He was off trying to get money to support the family. I was sort of probably closer to Mum, I guess. By the time I got to my later teens, I sort of started focusing more on Dad. I was sort of a little bit off the rails a bit, and Dad could obviously see that, and he invited me to come to work with him.
Mitzi come out to work with me, and she worked with me at different places, and I got some sort of work that where she could do it too, you know.
I sort of sit up the back where the kids are gathered, and he said some very empowering words in a soft way, and so in effect, I guess he was going to offer me what he had been doing then. I very quickly became addicted to being with him, and sort of would accompany him all the time, and then he sort of said, "Hey, my baby, you want to just put a little bit of colour here and a little bit there?" And I never did art at school. I never thought I was artistic. I was more musically inclined, but he put a paintbrush in my hand, so I started to design the murals, and we would do like portholes, and his landscape would appear inside of depicting these historical events, or a landscape of the local area might be a request, an environmental type mural. Everywhere he went, I went, and everyone calls me his shadow, because anywhere he was, I was there. I started to see him something as the true epitome of an elder, that he was quiet and dignified and humble, and yet he had this wonderful way of helping you solve your own problems and find peace within yourself. His teaching was that we're all here together, and it's so important that although we have differences, as our DNA and our uniqueness tells us, that we find the common things that we have and we move forward together, because we can't survive if we're in conflict. Everything that we have today, us young blackfellas, is because of their sacrifice. I think if you can spend as much time with your elders as possible and learn what you can, feel this connection inside you, everything will be okay. As long as you have that inner peace that they give you, the tools that they give you to find that, even if you don't know who you are or where you're from, know that you're a blackfella, know that you're a Murray, and no matter how fair-skinned you are, it is in here, always. And the old people, the elders, are very much like that. They don't judge you by how black or how fair you are. They know what's in here. That's how they operate, see? They are the way to peace. So learn what you can from them and treasure them. They are here for a short period of time. They take with them all that. If we don't learn it, it won't be there.